So we got to take it back to the Glee era because I love me some you on Glee, okay?
You watch Glee, I couldn't tell. Theatrical. The theatrics. Okay.
No.
The
didn't watch Glee. Didn't watch That's So Raven. Didn't watch One on One. Didn't watch Sister Sister.
Oh, any of those
or
things.
Moesha.
Or Moesha. None of those things.
I never watched those shows. No, girlfriends? Absolutely not. Okay, so
I'm screaming.
first of all, the Ain't No Way cover. Okay, because I just need y'all to realize you can't do Aretha. People can't do Aretha, and you did Aretha.
I did.
Did Auntie Aretha ever?
Yeah, she actually posted me on her Facebook. Said that I did a really good job.
Do you know Aretha don't like nobody?
Nobody.
And she said
this
baby got it.
She did. They posted it on their socials, and I was floored.
Yeah, because she didn't like nobody.
Nobody.
Hey, rest in peace. These girls can't do it, huh? Can't hold a candle.
I mean, like, here's the thing, though. It's Aretha.
That's what I'm saying. What we gonna do?
Aretha is a noun, verb, and an adjective.
Girl, okay, Aretha. Get that Aretha. It's giving Aretha.
It's
for
giving
sure.
Aretha.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you Aretha that.
You Aretha that real good.
Real good.
Real good. Yeah, I'm going to start saying that to you every time I see you. Girl, did you Aretha? All right, as long as you Aretha it, it's good. Now, but the show, you were on this hit show out the gate. Y'all was it was Glee madness, Glee mania. You went from the pilot and the American Idol, and then finally, is that what you were saying when you were talking about what you know what it feels like to be seen? Was that your moment where you felt seen for the first time, or no?
Actually, that wasn't. I honestly, when I was on Glee, felt like that was my moment to learn. Like, I don't think that Glee was my moment.
Oh, for me, it was your moment.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah. But I see myself in any black girl.
A lot of
like, if it's a black girl on screen, it's me.
A lot of people keep saying that to me, and I'm just like, it really wasn't. But I appreciate it, though.
We needed to see you. Because if we didn't have you, I probably wouldn't have watched the show, to be honest. I would have been like, ain't no black girls on there.
Yeah.
So it's not for me. I'll go back to watching 101. Thank you. But okay, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Okay, so that was your learning moment.
I felt like it eventually, like, of course, when I got on the show, that's what I wanted. Yeah. Like, I wanted it to be my moment. Yeah. Like, then I realized, like, okay, this wasn't created for me. I'm a part of this, but this wasn't created for me. Yeah. And it kind of just turned into a job eventually for me. And I'm just like, I'm just going to do my job. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I really didn't feel seen until I did Dreamgirls on the West End.
Woo!
That's when I felt seen.
Effie White.
Effie White. Yes. Effie Denise White. I think that was her middle name.
That would make sense. What about that made you feel seen? Because you were able to, like, utilize all your talent?
I think so. It was the first time that I really got to show my acting chops. Like, on Glee, I kind of had, like, the one-liners, the one moments, the kind of, like, smaller step-out moments. But I actually got to do a character that had an arc and show, even though the singing, was paramount, the acting along with the singing was also just as important.
Yes.
You can't just stand there and sing. You had to have character. You have to have the character and the story.
Yeah. And
being able to do that every night not only was an amazing training ground for me, but that instant gratification that you get and that connection that you have with a live audience and singing your heart out like that, it was just... I finally felt seen, and like I got to give all of me. And I think that is what it is, being seen, when you finally give all of yourself. When you finally give all of yourself and it's accepted. That's what being seen is to me.
What an affirmation. Like, yes, that's when you give all yourself and somebody else. And usually by the time you get seen, you've been not seen for so long that you get comfortable. You're like, I don't care if they see me or not. I have to be okay with me.
Yeah.
So what an even better feeling when like you finally see yourself,
Yeah.
and the world seeing you is just a cherry on top.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I mean, y'all ain't seen me
And
this long.
And there's this lie that goes around. You don't have to care about what other people think. No, you don't make what other people think your personality. Like you don't create your life around it. But it's important that we see each other.
Yes.
It's important that we connect with one another. It's important that we encourage one another and validate one another.
Yeah.
Validation is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with outside validation, as long as you have inside validation.
Absolutely.
You know,
as long as you aren't like thirsty for it more than you are okay with what you already think about yourself. And I think like, you know, in the midst of Glee, I know you dealt with a lot of, you know, Twitter was literally born in the same era that y'all were born in. In the Glee era, I'm sure it wasn't all fun. We know that it was not as fun as we thought it was now. But like, how
no settings.
Right.
Ain't no such thing as an ensemble cast and it ain't no drama. I don't care how much y'all like each other.
Right.
Get here and lie to me if you want to.
It's going to be drama, okay? And we always find out about it after the fact. Because people got to keep their job. I understand.
Yeah.
But when you think about, was that your first time dealing with like the masses coming for you?
Oh, yeah. It was
and
the first
how
time,
did you deal with that?
It was the first time that I realized that this world hates black women. There's literally no reason for you to tell me that you want me to die. For what? Because me and this white girl sang the same song? It's a TV show.
It's a
Chill out. Chill out. I guarantee you she wasn't getting the hate that I was. You know what I'm saying? It's the first time that I realized that. Like, oh, y'all really hate black women. You also hate talented black women and you hate confident black women. You don't like it. Like, that's when Twitter let me know real quick.
So who did you go to during that time?
My mom. My mom and my sisters. I have an amazing village. My best friends, my mom, my sisters, my cousins, my dad. Like, if I need to know the truth, they'll tell me. If I need encouragement, I'll get it from them.
I love that you have that because this world is very loud and very crazy, and you were a whole, you know, young woman trying to navigate all of that,
and it was hard.
Yeah.
But I had a great. I have to say, I had a really good village around me.
I love that. Shout out to the village.
Yeah.
And when you think about that time now, I mean, first of all, what I think is so interesting is like the obsession that people have with Glee now, and like the discussions of like what happened on, and all the like notes that they try to like connect to things. What has been the craziest lie you've seen about Glee, and like what would you like? What is your take on why people are so obsessed with what happened on the set?
I think we live in like a reality show generation now, and everybody like thinks in order to love a show or love an artist, they have to know everything about them. You know, and like negativity is like enticing, and drama is just like enticing. People don't really see you as a person and understand the effect of it. They just are entertained by it. Because they don't understand the ramifications. And like, yeah, you can turn your TV on and have that discussion and you're going to move in with your day. I lived it.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that that's just the world's obsession. But I literally, like I said, like online, I've fostered a really great positive community, because if you, whatever it is that you say to me, I'm just going to ignore it. Like, I've just learned to ignore it. I'm completely secure in who I am. I may not always, you know, have the most love for myself or be the most positive, but I know to the core who I am. And I know for a fact your opinion is not going to change it. So I don't care what it is that I'm not going to argue back and forth with you. And because I just don't get the hate anymore.
I love that.
I don't respond. I just don't respond to it. Like, you're really wasting your time over here. I'm not even going to block you. Wow. I'm just going to ignore you.
That is far.
And I'm an Aquarius.
I still block, but I love that for you. I truly do, and because Twitter is nasty then, it was nasty and nasty now. Like Twitter is, I mean, X is a space. But one of the things that I know that was beautiful about that set is you and Naya's friendship, and I'd be remiss to not honor her in this moment. I mean, I just still am not even sure like how to feel that she's really not here, but you were actually her friend.
Yeah.
How are you doing with that, with the reality that, like, you know, she's no longer here? How's the grieving process going for you?
I mean, it's definitely not linear, but I always just love when people talk about her to take the time to say how phenomenal she was. You know, what an amazing mom and friend she was. She was the best hostess that you will ever know. If you went to Naya's house, like, oh, she was like, oh, you want to come over and watch a movie? You're getting charcuterie board, mood lighting, wine. Like, it's just, she was so grand and amazing, and so sad that the world didn't get to see how beautiful her mind was, as talented a singer she was, and actor, and how beautiful she was on the outside. That girl was quick. She was witty as hell. She was smart. Like, there were so many things that she has to offer the world. And not to say while she was here that she didn't, you know, give the world some things that were already amazing, like her amazing son. Yeah. You know, I can't speak well enough about her. Yeah. And her, you know, she's far be it for me to talk about grief when, you know, she has her mom and her dad and, you know, her siblings and her son, who's not going to grow up with their mom and you know, Josie's dad. You know, they had a child together and he's raising him now. And so, but they, you know, are an amazing village and taking care of him. And it's sad. It's always going to be sad, you know, and it's always going to be hard when you think about the potential that we lost. Yeah. But we get to look back at what it is that she left and be happy, you know, looking at that.
Yeah, I love that. I had a friend, KK, who was killed when we were just graduating college. And, like, I remember being like, and she was already a writer. She was writing for Vibe Vixen. This had to be like 2013. And
Vibe Vixen, remember 2013.
you remember it used to be popping though.
Yeah, it was.
Like, we was all reading Vibe Vixen. Don't ever get it twisted. But like, she was already, you know, that girl. Wow. And we were like, we had just graduated college. It was the summer after. We all outside, graduation parties, you know. We get a call that she was shot in a drive-by shooting.
Wow.
And killed. Went back home to Boston. She went to school in New York and was killed in a car. And, like, that made me see life so different. Because I was 23, 24, and I was like, oh, life can end.
Oh, yeah, you felt your mortality. That's what happens. When someone close to you in your age dies, you feel so mortal.
It made me go after everything, finally, without fear, without judgment. Did it do that same for you? And I know that you've had other losses. I mean, we also have Jazz.
Yeah, that wasn't the first one,
in common.
Oh, that almost, that one shook me.
Yeah, none of us were okay.
That one still, because you see so much potential, but it also, you know, when you talk about those people, you talk about the relationships and the conversations and not so much talking about the work, right? And so I'm learning, like, my value is not based on my production, what I can produce. You know what I'm saying? I want people to talk about my heart and, you know, how they felt in my presence and how they felt when they left my presence. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I can speak to about Naya. The first thing anybody is going to say when you talk about Naya is how she made you laugh.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's the number one thing is her personality in general. You know what I'm saying? They're going to remember how you made them feel, not what you did.
You are preaching. You are preaching. Rest in peace to Naya and Jazz Waters, and we love you, and y'all are with us. And KK, rest in peace to KK.